So what are the 5 types of software that I use every single day for my social media marketing agency? Let's find out. And if this is the first time that you're watching this video, or any type of my content. Hey, hello, my name is Evan, and I run my own social media marketing agency based out in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. We do advertising, so mainly Facebook ads and Instagram ads for our clients. And our clients range from e-commerce, info products, real estate, fitness, as well as babysitting too. So yeah. I just wanted to go over 5 types of software which make my life so much easier as an agency owner. It's literally, honestly, it's freed up. These 5 different types of software are almost like 5 individual employees, and just being able to use these softwares allow me to have a 24/7 staff essentially for my agency. And yeah, enough about me blabbering. Let's get into my computer. But before we get into my computer, if you enjoy this sort of content, I would love it if you guys left me a like as well as a subscribe, either on this side or this side, wherever side the subscribe button is. I would be greatly appreciated. I upload around 3 SMMA videos every single week to this channel. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and post notifications as well so that you can stay up to date with the content that I post on this channel. So without further ado, let's jump into my computer right now. 5 everyday softwares for your SMMA. So let's talk about number 1 software that I use every single day for my social media marketing agency. And number 1 is Facebook Pixel Helper. And Facebook Pixel Helper is a amazing tool for a couple reasons. The first one being prospecting. So when I go on and when I'm prospecting a potential client for our agency, I like to see what their website has. I like to see how they kind of post on social media as well. But the big thing that I want to know is whether or not they have the Facebook Pixel tracking code on their website, so that I know whether or not I can start using retargeting ads for that specific business, or if I need to implement a Facebook Pixel on that site because they may never have ran ads before. But sometimes businesses, they run ads without having the pixel on, which I think is kind of terrible, but that's besides the point. But yeah, this tool is immensely helpful for my agency because then I know who has ran ads before or who hasn't ran ads before, or who are the madmen who just spend their money without having a pixel on their website. So it's great for prospecting that way. And another way that a Facebook Pixel Helper can be helpful to you is that it'll, when you go to these websites on Chrome, and when you're prospecting on these websites, or when you're just scrolling through the internet and you're going on to whatever websites that you want to go on, or wherever you consume content, you're going to actually be able to know which of these websites can be retargeting you on Facebook. And it's a pretty cool tool to be able to know and to understand, like, okay, these guys are tracking me. These guys are, I don't know if people are kind of into that. I'm kind of into the Big Brother stuff, so I like to know who's watching me and all that sort of stuff. So that's why I also I had that tool actually before I started my agency on my as a Chrome extension, and you can get the Chrome extension as well. I'll leave a link down in the description, so you can check out the description to get the Chrome extension, and it's immensely helpful for my agency. So yeah, that's the Facebook Pixel Helper. And number 2 is having a website. So having a website is good for another couple of reasons. The first one being it's a portfolio, kind of like how an Instagram page is a photographer's portfolio. Your website is your agency's portfolio. So that's one of the best ways to have a website on for your agency, is to discuss either a case study or to have as onboarding for your clients. Those are the only 2 types of websites that you really need as a starter agency. If you're already an established agency, then having a full-blown WordPress style website is going to be immensely helpful for that. But if you're just getting started, you don't necessarily need that full-blown WordPress style website. All you need is just like a case study funnel as well as an onboarding funnel for your clients after they sign on and become a client of yours, or you can kind of use it as leverage as well. I talk more about the onboarding funnel as well as the case study funnel in my program Agency Supremacy. So if you're interested in learning a bit more about that, down in the description as well. But yeah, it's so beneficial for new agency owners just to be able to have just a case study as their website and then an onboarding, while established agencies, you can check out my website blockemedia.com, also down in the description, if you want to see a full style WordPress style website that I use with ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is where you can use both of these style of funnels or websites or whatnot, that you can use for yourself, for your own agency. And I'll have a link to ClickFunnels as well down in the description down below too. And I also have a couple ClickFunnels videos on my channel. If you want to check those out, you can go visit my page, and I have a couple resources on ClickFunnels there as well, where you can learn more. And now let's go over email softwares. So email softwares are excellent for staying in contact with any of your leads. So any leads that come in for your agency through the case study funnel, which is what I would recommend for anyone to use for their agency, and that's found inside of ClickFunnels. And I said found like that. Yeah, it's great for staying in contact with leads who come in and either watch a free training or end up booking a call with you, so that you can continue to do email marketing with different offers and all that sort of stuff, and stay in touch with them through an email software. That's why I recommend using an email software for that. And there's a few other softwares that I didn't mention. First one being Acuity, which is what I use for scheduling. You can also use Calendly as well. Second one is where I do my meetings, and that's on Zoom. Zoom is where I do my meetings, all my meetings, because it's easy to record, and I've been using it for years, not just hopped on the 2020 Zoom train. And the third one is Loom as well, and that's for sending short little snippet videos for outreach. Those are three other softwares that I failed to mention before, but now let's get back to email softwares. So yeah, it's really good for staying in contact, and it's also good for using for retargeting as well. So you can get a collection of email lists, and then you could dump that into the Facebook Business Manager, where you can actually use those emails and create your own campaigns and target just those emails, or create a lookalike audience that you can target people who are similar to that email list as well, based on 1% all the way up to 10% of likelihood. Yeah, there's so many different reasons why I use an email software, and those are just two of them. And the email software that I like to use is ActiveCampaign. So you can also find that down in the description, a link to ActiveCampaign for you to check out as an email software. But as hindsight, if you want all this sort of stuff all to fall under one umbrella, definitely recommend that you get ClickFunnels in. The higher tier plan also has email marketing included in there, so that's if you want it all in one spot. Me, I went with ActiveCampaign because I was using them at the same time that I got ClickFunnels, and when I got ClickFunnels, it was the shared funnel plan at the time, which is not available anymore. But I'll be the first one to let you know if the shared funnel plan comes back, because I really like that. But hopefully it'll come back one day. But yeah, that's what I use for my emails and my email software, and why you should use that for your agency. Fourth one is for organization. And one of the reasons why we should be organized with our agency, especially when we're doing outreach, is to create our prospect list. And our prospect list is not just emails, but it's also names, phone numbers, business, the website, social media channels, all that sort of stuff. And why we want to organize this is going to be based on the dates of outreach, because we want to be able to remember what day that we first initially did our outreach to a prospect, and then we want to be able to follow up with them, be it 3 days later, a week later, a month later. We want to have that systemized, and one of the best ways to be able to have that systemized is through Trello. And Trello is a great organization platform for anyone that wants to organize their contact lists and have duties where you can have a look and see which dates to follow up with certain contacts. It's great to have with a virtual assistant, and a virtual assistant that can organize all this sort of stuff for you. That's what I highly recommend to pair Trello with, is to look at getting a VA. so that the VA can follow up with prospects, where all you have to do is just do the meetings and find and do the initial outreach, and where your VA can systemize the whole process for you on the back end as well. So yeah, that's what I recommend for organization, and that's what I use with my agency. And you can find a link to Trello down in the description as well. And lastly is content. And content is going to be really good for organization. I know I got that mixed up around there a little bit, but hear me out with content and organization. You want to be incredibly systemized and use a term that I've picked up over the years. It's called cross-pollination. And cross-pollination is when we post on various social media platforms, so be it Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, it doesn't really matter. As long as it's one post, but you're sharing it to 5 different social media channels. So it looks like you're posting a heck of a lot all at once, but there's different audiences on different channels, and depending on what kind of channels that you're using for outreach for your agency, or you finding out where your audience is hanging out, and a lot more information on where your audience could be hanging out is my niches video, which is found on my channel as well. I might even be putting it up here or whatever, that like vibration thing, where you can check out different niches. I talk a bit more about what kind of social media channels go with which type of niches and all that sort of stuff inside of that video. But yeah, organization is key for content, because you can fall behind very, very easily with social media, because you get exhausted thinking about all these different platforms, when really you should be just thinking about the piece of content, not about the platforms, because the platforms, they will intimidate you. I get intimidated every so often trying to think of all the places where I post, but I just think of the one piece of content, and then I cross-pollinate it to my various types of social media channels. And content as well, you should be able to batch. So batching being getting it all done within one stigmatized day. So you're watching this video right now on YouTube. Today is my YouTube day, so I will be filming 3 to 6 videos today on my YouTube channel. This is already video number 3 of the day. So depending on how I feel after this video, I might do another couple. So yeah, my YouTube segment days are usually 3 videos in one day. And I like to do that because then I get my whole week of YouTube content filmed out in one day. So that's what we call batching. Because I post 3 videos a week, I get it all done in one day. And over the next 7 days, I don't have to do anything because everything is already done. So that's what we call batching. So that's called batching content. And one of the best platforms to be able to batch all this sort of stuff all together and create an organization platform is Hootsuite. So you can check out Hootsuite. It's going to be down in the description box, and it's a great organization tool for social media posts. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and that surprise that I mentioned. If you comment down for this video, if you comment down below, I'll give you a segmented list of like the reasons why you should be using these social media, or not social media, these types of softwares. I don't know why I had to start it right there. That was really weird. The reasons why I use these softwares, as well as different links and all that sort of stuff, just so that it's going to be in a doc folder. So if you comment down below just saying, hey, I want the file, I'll make a reply to your comment, and I'll give you the doc folder as well. So that won't be in the description box. It's only if you want the doc folder with all this sort of stuff. Pretty much like the same thing as this document folder, but it's a bit more organized and neat and all that sort of stuff, and give some good reasons in written form of why I like to use these sort of platforms or these types of softwares for my agency. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you hit the like button as well on this video, and hit the subscribe button too if you're into this sort of content. I post 3 videos a week, like I mentioned, mostly around social media marketing. And once again, my name is Evan. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one.